If he lost it all, would she stay? Strip away the money. Strip away the job. Strip away the status, the car, the apartment, the gifts. If he lost everything tomorrow, would she still love him? Or would she disappear like smoke through broken glass? We don't like to ask these questions out loud, because deep down a lot of men already know the answer. Women love men. But do they love the man? Or do they love the protection, the provision, the power he represents? We see it every day, the millionaire with a model on his arm. The rising entrepreneur with a flood of attention. The man at the top of his game who never has to ask for love. It just shows up. But what happens when the money dries up? What happens when success turns into struggle? Is love unconditional? Or is it transactional, a contract with invisible fine print? Today we're cracking open the question most men are afraid to ask. Do women actually love men, or just what men provide? Buckle up. This episode may not feel good, but it's gonna make you feel something. Hypergamy and the nature of emotional security. There's a word floating around in the manosphere. Hypergamy. The idea that women are biologically wired to marry up, to seek a man who's stronger, richer, more stable than herself. Is it a toxic narrative? Or a cold biological fact? Think about it. A woman seeks safety. A man offers provision. And love is built on that foundation. But when that foundation cracks, does the love still stand? We don't have to guess. We've seen it. A man loses his job and slowly the dynamic changes. She stops leaning in. She gets colder. Less intimacy. Less patience. More criticism. Is that because she's shallow? Not necessarily. It might be instinct. The same way men are drawn to youth and beauty, women are drawn to stability and strength. But here's the danger. If love is built only on what a man provides, then men are never truly loved, they're just useful. And usefulness has an expiration date. So many men walk around terrified, hiding their fears, overworking, overachieving, because they believe if they slow down they'll be left behind. That's not love. That's performance. And that fear? It's killing us silently. A man should be admired for what he builds, but loved for who he is when it all falls apart. Real men, real loss, and who really stayed. Let's talk about the stories nobody brags about. Not the grind, not the wins, but the fall, the financial collapse, the failed startup, the medical crisis, the layoff. Mark, 38, I had a 6-figure job. We were planning a wedding. Then COVID hit, I lost everything. She stuck around for 3 months. After that, she said, I just don't feel secure anymore. And left. Andre, 29, I was injured, couldn't work, living off savings. I thought we were solid. She loved how I provided. But when the income stopped, so did the affection. Now contrast that with this. Luis, 35, I hit rock bottom. Couldn't pay rent. She picked up 2 jobs while I rebuilt. That woman? She's my wife now. Benji, 44, my business went under. I was depressed. I pushed her away. She stayed. She reminded me who I was. That kind of love is rare. So what's the pattern? Some women leave when the money dries up. Others double down. The difference isn't just love, it's depth. The ones who stay don't just see your wallet. They see your character. But for many men, that type of woman feels like a unicorn. Because let's be honest, we don't know who's real until we're at our worst. So ask yourself, are you being loved for your soul? Or for the story you're writing with your success? If your empire vanished tomorrow, would she still see you as a king? Psychology, biology, and the survival brain. This isn't just culture. It's psychology. Evolution shaped us all, men and women, to survive first, love second. A woman, biologically speaking, has always been wired to seek protection. In ancient times, that meant a man who could fight, hunt, shelter. Today, it means a man who can earn, solve, and secure. That instinct hasn't changed, the packaging has. But here's the plot twist. Even women who are independent still feel that wiring kick in. They don't just want a man, they want a man who makes them feel safe. Emotionally, financially, physically. So when that safety disappears, so does the romantic charge. That doesn't make her a gold digger. It makes her human. It's the survival brain, not the selfish one. But here's where it gets complicated. Modern men are taught to be vulnerable, emotional, and open. But when they do, many feel punished for it. He's not strong anymore. He's not motivated. I need a real man. You can't tell men to be emotionally honest, and then withdraw when they break. You can't say, I love the real you, but only mean it when he's winning. That's not love. That's conditional approval disguised as romance. And the tragedy is this. Most men will never know unconditional love because they're never allowed to be unconditionally broken. What men fear but never say out loud. Let's talk about fear. Not the kind you scream about. The quiet kind. The kind of fear men carry in silence. The fear that says, if I stop winning, she'll stop loving. It's not paranoia. It's not insecurity. It's pattern recognition. We see it happen all around us. Friends, uncles, fathers. Men who were providers. Strong, stable, respected. Until life knocked them down. And then, love disappeared like a whisper. That's what men are afraid of. That when their usefulness runs out, so will her love. And so men pretend. Pretend to be strong when they're crumbling. Pretend to be in control when they're drowning. They don't share their pain, because they believe that pain makes them disposable. And in many cases, they're not wrong. The moment a man shows weakness, the temperature changes, intimacy fades, criticism rises, and slowly he starts feeling like a burden, not a partner. That's the wound men never talk about. The fear of being loved only on good days. Not when they're broke. Not when they're lost. Not when they can't provide. That's why so many men tie their identity to money, because they think it's the only thing keeping them lovable. And until we start creating spaces where a man can be seen without performing, we'll keep raising men who are rich in wallets and bankrupt in self-worth. The women who prove it's still possible. But let's be clear, not all women love conditionally. Some women love with depth, not just desire. They see the man, not just the mission. They don't vanish when the bank account dries up. They lean in when storms come. They help rebuild what was broken. These women are real and powerful. And when a man finds one, he knows. Because she loves his core, not just his contribution. She holds space for his pain. She sees his failures and doesn't flinch. She may challenge him, but she never abandons him. And when she walks with him through loss, her love becomes unshakable. Men need to hear this too. Because not every woman is looking for the bag. Some are looking for integrity, presence, and partnership. They don't need a millionaire. They need a man who's moving forward, even if he's only taking baby steps. So the goal isn't to fear women. The goal is to discern them. To learn the difference between the one who loves what you do and the one who loves who you are. That kind of love exists. It may be rare. It may not scream loud. But it shows up when you've got nothing left to offer, except your heart. So, do women actually love men? So here we are. After all the stories, all the fears, all the breakdowns, one question still stands. Do women actually love men, or just what men provide? And the answer? It's complicated. Some women only love performance. Others love the person. Some want status, security, lifestyle. Others want growth, connection, alignment. But here's the truth every man must face. If your love is dependent on your net worth, then you're not in love. You're in a contract. And contracts are temporary. But when you find a woman who loves your presence more than your paycheck, that's where legacy begins. So to the men out there, stop trying to be loved for what you own. Start building a life where you can be loved for who you are. But don't lie to yourself. Until you lose everything, you won't truly know who's in your corner. And when you do, don't forget her. Because that kind of love can't be bought and shouldn't be lost. This is Crazy Discuss, where we ask the questions people are too afraid to say out loud. If this made you feel something, drop your thoughts in the comments. And remember, love is not loyalty to power. It's loyalty to presence. See you in the next episode.